Hi, it's Gadget UK here again. Just quickly looking at the Neo Geo AAS again. Sorry, it seems to be all Neo Geo at the moment, doesn't it? I'll just show you. Got one of these PC card. I think it's 256k SRAM. So you don't have to get the standard memory cards. You know, the Neo Geo memory cards for this. You can use any sort of 256k or 128k. Or it's smaller. I mean, the original ones are 2k in size, I think. But from what I understand, a 256k, the most you can use out of it is 128k, and that should accommodate pretty much a save for every game. So I don't think I'll ever need more than one, really. I might get another one of these anyway. But the beauty of these ones, you know, this is aftermarket sort of other manufacturer. This is Casio. You can see the label there. I could probably peel that off. I'll have a go at that in a minute. Maybe stick an SNK logo or something at the bottom, I don't know. But yeah, the beauty of these third-party ones, as far as I can see, there's a battery compartment here, and it looks like there's a little switch or something there. I guess you perhaps push that across, you know, as you pull it or something. I suspect. There you go. Look. So it needs a battery. There's no battery in there. I'm not sure what size it is. Might be a CR2032 or something similar. It looks about that size. So I'll give that a try now. Might need to order a battery for this, but as you can see, yeah, it's easier to swap them out. You know, on the official SNK ones, you've got to take them apart, which can be a bit traumatic, to say the least, I think. But I've tested this. This works. One thing you'll note, one thing of note with these. In fact, I'll show you now. I'll just leave the battery compartment out. We'll switch this off. Just bear with me. Plug the memory card in, I'll switch it on. We'll probably get some sort of error, I think, maybe not. Surprisingly, it's actually held without the battery in there. But what I got last time was a Unibar, so I was saying the memory card, memory card fault. You've got to ignore it. Go into a game, when it comes to save, it'll say the card's not formatted, and then you just format it at that point, and that's fine. There may be other ways to do it, I don't know, I'm pretty new to the memory card side of things here, so I'm not really sure how you can, what memory management facilities there are built in. I don't know if there's anything built into here. I don't think there is. We'll see if there's anything in the main one with reboot. If I do a reboot, maybe there's something in here. No, there isn't. So yeah, anyway, let me know if you know anything else about how you can manage memory card saves and things, perhaps on a PC or something like that. But that's all there is to it, really. I'll just show you it working. So the kind of battery this needs, this particular Casio one, and I guess they're probably all going to be the same. CR2016, as you can see, it fits in there perfectly. The CR2032 will fit, but obviously it's too high. It's got the same physical sort of diameter and stuff there, but obviously not the same thickness. I guess that's the right way around. I don't know, you know, there's no markings on this or anything. So, no idea. Hopefully it is the right way around. Anyway, if I just plug this in now and I'll start the game. So you'll notice now if I hit start, it should ask if we want to load. I think, yeah, card load. And I think I'm on the female. I beat the first guy using the cheat. There you go. So that's worked. That's interesting. I mean, the battery has not been in there all afternoon, so it's amazing. It seems to have kept it even without the battery. Must be a capacitor or something inside there. So apologies, it started raining. There's a couple more things I want to cover before I end this video. One of them is this game, Riding Hero, which, you know, just by chance I just happen to have it. If you try and save to an aftermarket memory card using, you know, this game, it'll corrupt all of your save games on there. So I'm not going to demonstrate that, but what happens is if you've got a UniBIOS, you get a UniBIOS exception at the point you try and save. And I think it's because, I don't think it's because it's detected and it's going, okay, you've not got an original card, I'm going to screw your card up. I don't think it's deliberately coded that way. It could be wrong. I haven't looked at the code. I'd be interested to know if anyone has looked at the code to try and understand the nature of the problem. But I suspect it's something to do with the size. You know, there's been a 256k card. and the original card's only been 2K, maybe there's something hard coded in there to deal with the card as a 2K card, and I suspect that there's going to be an area of the SRAM used on here to hold a bit like a petition table, effectively, a list, some sort of index as to what entries are on there, how much space each one's taking up. And because this is probably being seen as 32K, and I'll explain that in a minute, rather than 256K, and the code doesn't take that into account, it's probably, there's a bug there somewhere, and that's why you get the crash and it screws the card up. But I suspect if you had an aftermarket 2K card, I suspect it would work. I'd be interested to know if anyone's got any experience of that on this particular game, to prove that theory, but I suspect that that's probably the case. Coming back to what I mentioned a minute ago about why this would be seen as a 32K card, if you look at the description of this video, I'll post a link to there's a wiki, and that wiki is really useful. It contains a lot of information, everything you'd want to know about the memory cards and the Neo Geo. And one of the things it mentioned is, 128K is the maximum you would need to have all the game saves. So it's a bit ambiguous, and I started off by saying, this will probably be read as 128K, and therefore I'll never need another card. Now, I'm not sure that's entirely accurate, because there's other source material I've read, particularly the developer documents and stuff, that say that 32K is the maximum it'll address. So that being the case, like I say, most of the memory on this is not being used. I could at a later date, and I'll have a think whether I'm going to do it or not, put a switch or something somewhere to toggle between, I don't know, maybe 4 or 8 banks of 32K or something, I don't know. It's certainly possible. You could certainly just, put one on the upper address bit there, and at least, have 2 lots of 32K. That's a good way you could make use of this. But it'd mean prizing the lid off there and stuff, so I don't know if I can be bothered with that, really. The other final thing I'll show you now on the UniBIOS is you've got a memory manager built in. So I'll just power the thing up and I'll just give you a quick look. So if I just reboot that and press A, B, C and D at the same time while it's booted, as you see, you get into the memory card manager there. So you've got options, you can format the card, display stud there, copy. I'm not sure how the copy thing works. Presumably there are systems, particularly the MVS, where you've got 2 card slots. Could be wrong. You might be able to copy from one card to another. You can delete game data, create a username. I'm not sure about that. Fill me in if you know anything about that. That's interesting. But if you choose the display, you'll see we've got 2 entries there, and it's quite comical. You can see World Heroes 2. Typo there. So obviously the person who programmed that got those 2 letters mixed up, the R and the L. And you'll see the first entry there is all in Japanese, and that is Fatal Fury Special. Some of the games do that, some of the games save only in Japanese titles, so that's useful to know, really. But I'm not sure, because I've only got these 3 games at the moment. I've got World Heroes 2 from Beeps, and I've got Fatal Fury Special. Obviously I've saved both those games on here, and that's fine, that seems to work. Certainly held them overnight anyway. And I've also got Riding Hero, but I don't want to save that because I'll just corrupt these 2 games. It does actually save on the card, I think, but it'll just screw anything else that's on the card. I think, don't quote me. Anyway, thanks for watching, I'll see you soon.